It is Tuesday, and it's time for Ask Deanna. And what a great question we received from Peggy Morris in Albuquerque. She says, Deanna, could you visit former Governor Bruce King? He's always been so caring of all of New Mexico. I speak for many New Mexicans. We miss him. Peggy, I went out to the governor's ranch in Stanley. Here's what he had to say.
Hi, Granddad.
Good to see you, Abby.
Good to see you, too.
Good to see you, girl.
Every day at the King Brothers Ranch, former Governor Bruce King is surrounded by family. But he admits life has changed since the First Lady passed away last December.
You get a little older, you have to take it a little easier. I just had my 85th birthday in April, so I'm doing fine, but I miss Alice, of course. And, you know, we were married 61 years. They're both very busy.
Yeah, and then this one was what? This was in the Journal this
today,
morning.
Yeah.
With Gary?
Yeah.
King served 12 years as governor, and he's still very active. He speaks proudly of his two sons, Bill, who's a rancher and involved in the cattle industry, and of course, Gary, New Mexico's Attorney General. He says he and Alice had a very special agreement.
Now, Bruce, if everything happens to one of us, well, that don't end both of us' lives. You go right on doing things. I said, well, I will if you will. And she'd say she would, and I think she would have.
Ranching is the King legacy in Estancia County. The family's been there since 1918. The former governor says Santa Fe politicians would kid him and Alice about tromping manure through the governor's mansion or raising chickens on the grounds. But they never let that slow them down. Governor King says he and Alice were a team.
We had so many other things to do, we didn't have time to argue much, you know. We were doing too many things, trying to go with a positive approach.
And they did make a positive difference for the state, each in their own way. But it is the more private moments King misses most.
You miss having someone when you wake up and kind of restless at night to reach over and pat. She'll say, well, go back to sleep, Bruce. So you miss that, of course. She'd always say, well, let me give you a hug and a kiss, no matter, till the very last day.
Kisses are a still big part of the King Ranch.
That's my boy. Yeah.
Now, Governor King has 6 grandchildren and 9 great-grandchildren, and they're running all over the ranch. On the day we visited, he was actually preparing to go to a big meeting of the Hereford cattle growers in Santa Fe. Now, next week on Ask Deanna, we have another wonderful question. This comes from Jennifer Lopez in Albuquerque, and she asks, the volcanoes that are on the west side of Albuquerque, are they dormant? When was the last time they erupted? And do they have anything to do with the petroglyphs? And we'll have that next Tuesday. If you have a question for Ask Deanna, I'd love to help you out. All you have to do is send in that question with your name, your hometown, and also a picture to AskDeanna.com.